Hello, I am Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. Today, I've got another video for you in the Tier 7 Russian battleship Vladivostok. I alluded in my review to having another game that was higher damage than the one featured in the review, and this is that game. I didn't choose this one for the purposes of doing the review, because if you look at the composition of the teams here, you'll notice that most of the ships in this game, the majority in fact, are battleships. So, this game shows just what the Vladivostok can do against other battleships, but doesn't necessarily show anything with respect to cruisers or destroyers. I think I shoot at exactly, well, it looks like there's only one cruiser on the enemy team, and I shoot at him. But the rest of my shots, all battleships. Got an Iowa here, moving out in front of us. We do ram him there, but that's alright. Looks like his paint job is intact. No harm has been done. And we've spotted the first enemy of the day. It is a Tirpitz who is not aware of my presence here, thanks to this island separating the two of us. So I should be able to come around this corner and send a nasty surprise his way in the form of 9 shells from 16-inch guns with incredible ballistics that, result in the shells ripping right through even turtleback armor for 17k. Not a bad salvo to open up a game. Got HMS Hood and HMS Nelson looking nice out there. And we're waiting for the guns to reload. By the way, I am using Kedrov as the commander on this ship, and I am running the build that I showed as the build I sort of decided on for my final long-term sort of build for this ship in the review. Gonna reverse now a little bit. Try to get that rear turret on target before Hood slips behind the mountains. Do get the shot off there, and it's a Citadel for 17k yet again. Now, reason I was reversing was, of course, because the Tirpitz comes with torpedoes, and they are on their way toward me. Now, I thought that this gap here right in the center was going to be wide enough for me. Not quite there, though. So, do take a torpedo on the nose for 12,000 damage, but that is chump change in the grand scheme of things with my 77,000 hit points, thanks to the level 16 Henry J. Hyde inspiration. A single turret is all we need to finish off the Tirpitz, and down he goes as our first kill of the match. 44,000 damage done. Pretty respectable total, I'd say, given the match is only 4 minutes old. And the Nelson would like to come around the corner to provide us with some more opportunity to increase those damage numbers. The Nelson, as you will note, is not angled, and when you are not angled in a Nelson, you get citadeled. So, that's what happens there, of course. Now, I'm going to move forward here, probably going to kick it into reverse and stop. I don't necessarily need to get much closer to the Nelson here, and it looks to me like his ship isn't angled quite enough, and maybe I should be able to... Of course he takes out my turret there. Gonna try and punch through his bow. Doesn't actually work out for me. And I do repair the turret there. I was watching T-Bull's recent video on this ship, and he suggested not pointing your guns at the target while they're reloading. So just sort of angling them away from the battleship in front of you, like I am not doing with this Nelson here. Guess the turrets do appear to have very flat faces, but you'll notice that the sides of them are nicely sloped, so you might be able to angle that armor against incoming shells and prevent them from being taken out as easily as they are. Although, you know, we did just take out the Nelson's turret there, so that serves him right for taking out mine. I really hate that. Now he's given up shooting at me because, of course, my bow armor is impenetrable, and his is not, especially when it's facing me straight on like that. Got an angle there. I can overmatch your bow, Nelson. And he is, you know, just reversing into a corner. He probably knows at this point that it's not going to end well for him. I think he does angle up. No, he doesn't angle here. Right through his bow yet again. And basically at this point, he's dead. I'm going to pull around the side here. He's not even shooting at me. He just discharged that salvo. Looks like he wants to go in for the ram. But again, I overmatch his bow for a citadel, and he wasn't quite quick enough on the uptake there, so he misses the ram, and the Gneisenau torpedoes him to death. Just like that, that entire flank is clear of 3 enemy battleships. The Vladivostok is pretty much unstoppable in situations like that, unless you got a really experienced player who knows what they're doing and can take out your turrets and sort of limit your options. But as long as there's no destroyers or cruisers or torpedo threats around, and it's just one-on-one or one-on... Mostly those were all one-on-one matchups. Just a one-on-one matchup with a battleship, no torpedo threats, nothing else to complicate things, then the Vladivostok can absolutely dominate those kind of engagements. Richelieu on low health, seeing if we could snipe the kill. We can't. And, of course, a very juicy target appears in the form of a Fiji. But we've already committed to this turn. Our guns are not reloaded. And there's another battleship over that way, around the corner of the island. A nice, juicy Colorado to sink our AP shells into. So, unfortunately, no shots there at the Fiji. At least not yet. But he is going to appear later. Colorado is now within our firing range, and we're going to unload on him now, see what these shells do. I should take a second to thank all of you guys, though, as we're shooting at this Colorado here. Lots of engagement on the videos, tons and tons of likes and comments over these past few days, and I think, honestly, over the past 6 days, I've gained something like 30 subscribers, which is outrageous, insane. I started this channel back in, I don't know, October-ish, November maybe, of last year. I think it was September or October of last year, and up to 386 subscribers, I think, last time I looked today. About 30 in the past 6 days. That is excellent. That's wonderful. Thank you guys so much. My goal now is to reach 1,000 subscribers before the 1-year anniversary of the channel, and I think that is going to be challenging, but hopefully doable. Colorado there, though, back to the game, has taken out my turret again. I really am going to try and adopt that strategy of angling them, but what's that? A Fiji? Oh boy. And the guns are about to be reloaded. He's slightly angled, which is just hopefully going to guarantee that my shells don't overpenetrate, and they don't. There he goes in one salvo. Always quite satisfying, except when, you know, the cruisers are giving you a flat broadside and your shells just overpenetrate them. That's frustrating. You almost want them in some situations to kind of angle so that your shells arm after they penetrate and detonate and take them down. Anyway, there are only 2 ships left here on the enemy team. 154,000 damage done. The Colorado doesn't even seem like he's trying that hard. He's just given flat broadside, and he's punished harshly for it. And this shot, oh, nope, not quite enough to take him out. Fortunately, the front super firing turret is not online, so the firepower has been reduced somewhat. Otherwise, that might have been a kill shot. Only 10 seconds till the gun reloads, though, and once we kill this Colorado, wow, it's pretty much over from there. Enemy Cossack goes down at the same time. The game ends. How much damage did we do here? I think it was a significant amount. 179,000 damage. Hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already done that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.